Hi, welcome to the Grumpy Plumber. Today, my dad Jim is going to be talking about plumbing fixtures today. Plastic parts, thermostatic valves, kind of like what you need to know if you're in the market for buying a new shower fixture. Hi, I'm Jordan, and this is Jim, the Grumpy Plumber.
Shower valves. You can't see the valve itself because it's inside the wall, and usually they're all brass, okay? They're a brass body with plastic fixtures to it, or fixture parts to it. Like Moen and Delta have been around forever. They're very good. If you bought a house 50 years ago, you could have a Moen and a Delta in it. Moen's very simple because it has a cartridge in it, and you just pull that little thin cartridge out. It's about the size of half an inch. It's about 4 or 5 inches long, and you pull it out and put another one in. The only thing you have to worry about is if you've got the water reversed or not. And if you do reverse the water, you just have to turn the stem 180 degrees. Delta, as plastic used to be, they had a brass stainless steel ball, and then they went to plastic, and then I think they went back to the stainless steel ball. And the nice thing about that fixture is that they use a spring and a cup. The cup is a rubber cup, and it goes over the top of the spring, so you don't always have to change the ball in it. Now you get to a fixture like a Grumpy. Grumpy is a little different. They years ago had a very nice brass, I think it was called the Nidecker, and they're still making it, but I think they call it by a different name. It's a lot of brass fixtures, but it is a good quality. It was just a very good valve to buy.
So when you say brass, you just mean the exterior of the valve. You don't mean the components on the inside.
Yeah, the exterior, the body of the faucet.
The body, all right. But the inside could be plastic and other materials.
Which years ago, like I said about the Grumpy, a lot of that was brass, and now they've switched to a plastic cartridge.
So even the top of the line fixtures for showers still have those plastic components in them. Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Here's another one, is Hansgrohe. They're not the same company, people. They're two different companies. But Hansgrohe is connected with Delta. And when it comes to their pressure balance valves, which we have to have what they call pressure balance valve, is a valve that you can't get scalded with. And you can set the temperature to go so far, which is supposed to be 115 degrees. Maybe some places might go to 120, but it's, you can set the temperature. The Hansgrohe has a brass insert, and behind it is a pressure balance, and it's plastic, which can be, you can change either one. You can either change the temperature control or you change the pressure balance control on that valve, which is very good. That's Hansgrohe. Grumpy is mostly a plastic cartridge that slides in, locks in place. It's a nice valve. You can set the temperature on it. Okay, 50 years, it used to be you could buy a two-handle valve, which they've gone away from it because you really can't lock the temperature down on it, because you have two handles, you set the temperature of what you want to take a shower on. So they've kind of disappeared, but you can probably buy them. You can buy the parts for them. They have little cartridges in them. But mostly everything has gone to a single handle valve. So pressure balance is a valve that you can set the temperature on it. Okay, that's what you put it to 115 degrees or 120, whatever your code says in your state on that, okay? Now, a thermostatic valve, that's a different thing. That's a valve that you have, that you set the temperature, and then you walk in and you turn on what we call a flow control valve, which is a handle usually above the thermostatic valve that you set, and then you turn the water on and off there. The only problem with those are that if you set it like at 104 or 5 degrees all the time, it can get a memory, and eventually you can't change the temperature, or the temperature will maybe fluctuate without you doing it on it. If you do have one of those, you want to exercise it. Expensive. They're very expensive, but they're very good. I mean, if you have a multi-million-dollar house, you're pretty much going to have a thermostatic valve in there. So that's the kind of the valves that you're going to look for. You buy a house nowadays, in the last 30 years, we've had to put pressure balance shower valves in. Of course, you don't get them on a faucet or a kitchen sink. It's just in the shower.
So I have a new house, so we have all brand new shower fixtures, all to code, and we have pressure balance valves in them. So it's nice because I can set the temperature, and then when the kids come in, they just turn on the flow. they just turn on the valve. I know the temperature's at a safe place for it. And Jim told me ahead of time is now those 2-handle valves aren't code anymore. Because for safety reasons, for scalding, they want those pressure balance valves or thermostatic valves in there so the temperature can be more set for safety. Also too, you should only set your water heater, especially if you have kids, about 115 degrees, right?
Well, no, because the time it gets to you, you can set the water heater at 120. On-demand water heaters, you want them at no more than 120. They operate better. They give you more water on that.
But you don't want to be higher because you could scald your kids.
Yeah, you could scald your kids, but you know, I always tell people, well, that's not hot enough. Well, if you go and use a hot tub, that can't be any more than 104 degrees, and you think it's too hot. So, you know, you're really only keeping the temperature right around 100, 105 taking a shower. With the shower head up high, when it comes down, you can lose a little temperature on it. But that's what I've always told people is, you take a hot tub, which, you know, maybe you don't take a hot tub, but that's kind of the way it is. You can't be over 104 degrees on a hot tub. So that's a good way to look at it. Now, there are a lot of brands that you don't see them in the box stores, like, you know.
Newport Brass?
Well, Newport Brass, yeah, that's a good one. Single handle, that's very good. Newport Brass, Jado is a brand, that's a foreign brand. I'm not even sure if they're still in the United States because they didn't want to deal with the regulations. So why they changed a lot of things is they got too much lead in the brass on it. But Harrington, Rowe is I think, American company. They used to buy a lot of parts from other manufacturers. Now they make their own. What else? But a lot of high-end fixtures, you find them in the multi-million-dollar houses. And they're very good, but they're very touchy too, because people don't exercise them. They don't take care of them as well as a homeowner does, like you.
That's probably when you have like 10 bathrooms. It's a problem.
Yeah, right. That's right.
And where do you buy those expensive valves? From like a...
Well, you can buy them from Ferguson's, or you can buy them from certain decorators. A lot of decorators now are into a lot of these high-end faucets, and they buy them kind of direct. By high-end distributors are out there. So, yeah, decorators are doing that kind of stuff.
All right, well, there you go. That's kind of the update on valves, shower valves specifically. If you have any comments or questions, leave them in the description down below.
Right? Hey, if you burn yourself in the shower, don't blame me.
There you go. Thanks a lot.
Yep.